That's how I saved President Biden from COVID.
Yeah, no, tell your story from the beginning. I'm recording now.
So I was flying over to the US of A, on Air Force One, of course, and sat next to me was Mr. Joseph Biden himself.
In the flesh?
In the flesh, and some guy next to him tried to murder him with a cough. I was like, "Get the fuck down!" And I just I stabbed him with the vaccine. It was incredible.
Okay, what did the guy with the cough look like?
He's very orange. He had blonde hair. He spoke in a very interesting manner. You know, I think I saw him on Home Alone. He was one of the cameo characters.
Shit, you were a true hero. God. You actually saved the day. Wow.
It was crazy. Oh,
did
God.
you get it? Did you get it, his name? Or
get the assailant?
Yeah, who was the assailant?
I'm not quite sure. I think it was like a rhymed with Ronald. I think it rhymed with Ronald Rump.
We got it. Okay, we got Bonald Bump. That was I think
Bonald Bump. Oh yeah, that must have been the guy.
I think I heard something about that too. We're so lucky to have you as a superhero American patriot.
You're welcome, guys. You're welcome.
Oh my! I don't know how I'm gonna be able to top that story, but first and foremost, I discovered that I have a birthmark on the 4th toe on my left foot, and it's on the underbelly too. So it's not really like noticeable.
Yeah, no wonder why you didn't notice.
Like, I don't know what it is about birthmarks. They just always seem to appear no matter what exposure to the sun there is on your skin. I don't get it. Like, it's not something. It's like that weird paradox where you could stand outside of the sun for as long as you want, and you won't get any marks on your skin, no matter what part is exposed. But if you're standing like 2 minutes outside and you're wearing like closed-toed shoes, that's when the birthmark appears. I don't get it. Do you have any weirdly placed birthmarks, Sumage?
I thought birthmarks are just from birth.
You'd think that, but there's like
you get freckles and moles from the sun, but
that's on your face though.
What do you mean? Like freckles on your face?
Yeah, you have freckles on your face and then moles on other parts. But moles you can actually feel like on your skin because they're growths. Almost like cancerous growths in a way, but they're not actually cancer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're benign.
Forget benign. They're just nothing at that point.
Right. That's what benign is.
Oh. Shut up. You know what I'm trying to say though.
Yeah, I've got some weird marks, plenty.
Where though? Because if there's something about biology that I don't understand, one of the subjects is this.
I mean, I've not checked my toes, but I've got one.
Check your toes right now. I want check them. Check them.
I've got shoes on.
Take them off.
I don't think there's anything on my toes.
No, guys. But okay. For the sake of the podcast,
this is what we do on the podcast.
Take off your shoes. Take off your shoes and your socks and just check to see if you have any birthmarks, moles, dark spots, anything. Because I'll tell you all the spots that I have them in. I have them on.
I got one on my the other side of your ankle. You got like a mole.
Do I have any on my thing? No, I just have a really bad mosquito bite.
How are you getting mosquito bites on your toes?
Do you forget that Florida is really, really humid?
No.
Are you sure? I'm a guy that wears sweatpants every single day, regardless of the weather here. So if you wanna talk like humid and mosquitoes, that's where you're gonna find like my problems, like my stash of problems. But
yeah, no like strange marks on my feet. I mean, I can post photos of them if you want. photos of feet at 1,000 subscribers, guys.
Okay. Well, we have a goal now. We have a goal. So, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast if you have not done so yet. We would appreciate that. We're close to getting monetized, I believe. We're like 3/4 of the way there. We're at 379 subscribers.
I believe, yeah, we need 500.
Yeah, 500 for... No, actually, I think it's for memberships. Still, same shit. Same shit.
Same shit.
So, if you haven't, go click that subscribe button right now. And for the Twitch viewers, since this is filmed on twitch.tv/IndicoKuma, !podcast. We have that as a command, and that will be a direct link to the channel. But going back to the weird discussion on hand, I'm counting currently 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 weird marks on my right arm.
Yeah.
I once had, have you ever had like a wart on any part of your body before, or a skin tag?
Yes, I think I might have a wart on my foot. I found it the other day.
The other day? Okay. Did you come into contact with any frogs?
No. I think it's like a verruca or something.
What does that mean?
I think it's just what is it in American?
A verruca? Like it sounds like
it's called, it's a plantar wart.
Plantar. So
it's just a wart, yeah. I've got one currently on the sole of my foot.
Ugh. Okay. First of all, ew. Second of all, you didn't come into contact with any frogs though, right?
No.
Okay, because the more that I think about it, the more that I remember that I had a wart like that as well, which is already disgusting as it is, but it is what it is. I had one on the middle of my lower knuckle of my middle finger on my left hand. And I picked at it like crazy because I thought that was the only way it was going to go away. It was scarred. It was really scarred.
I used to do that loads.
Yeah, but I had to let it heal, and then my parents, back when I was like 12, 13 or something, my parents took me to a doctor, and they all it needed was like a little bit of like freezing medication.
Yeah, they freeze it off.
Yeah, they freeze it off. I didn't know that was the thing that got rid of it, and I was blown away that it was that fucking simple. For years and years, I picked at it, and I thought that there was absolutely no cure for this, and it was gonna bug me for the rest of my life. It took one freezing spray. Why is this not more mass-produced and more family-friendly or consumables?
It is. You just gotta know about it.
Where? I'm getting pissed thinking about it. But where would I know this? Where would my parents know this? Why is it only in doctors' offices?
I don't know. Maybe because it's dangerous.
Dangerous? What? Huh?
I'm assuming you can freeze other parts of your like non-warty skin and it would damage it. I don't know. But yeah, I had a wart like just growing between my nail, like at the very top of my fingertip.
What? Oh, that's so painful!
It's completely deformed my nail now. It's like all my other nails are like rounded at the top, and then one of the nails is there's like a chip in the left hand side.
Ew!
And it wasn't painful. I just picked it. I think it like managed to slowly separate my nail from my skin. But yeah.
Oh god, I'm gonna need a second.
Yeah,
Jesus
I've got
Christ.
permanent deformation of my nail.
It's like it got completely detached from the nerve endings. And then you're not feeling any pain anymore.
I just picked it off.
It's like the appendix of your fingernail. Ugh.
But it's not there anymore, so I won. I won that battle.
Intended consequences that turn into solutions. I don't know. Is that right? Oh god, I'm not even focusing anymore. Fucking. Oh my god. Okay, but I had some skin tags as well. There was one that was on my armpit. Believe it or not, it's disgusting. But I didn't notice it until I want to say a year ago or something. And you're not gonna hear this much from any other guy that has like facial hair or hair all on their body and stuff. But I trimmed my armpits, and that was the only way that I noticed. Like,
okay.
And it's like when you hear of people trimming their armpits, you're gonna assume that they're like that they're gay and stuff. It's like that's not like the problem or anything. But I didn't know about that until recently. That's like a stereotype of some sort. I just did it because it was hygienic as hell. But that being said, when I trimmed my armpits, just so I can get like the deodorant to stick on easier, that was when I saw the skin tag for the first time.
Oh wow.
I picked at it. Like like how I picked it at my wart. And I didn't know I didn't know that skin tags could bleed.
Yeah.
I never knew that. So every time that
That's
like
a bad part.
like I got rid of the skin tag thankfully, but like for the next 6 hours or so, all I saw every time my armpit itched, all I saw was red. Like more and more and more. I kept itching. It was because it was like really, really itchy and scratchy and whatnot, like that Simpsons comic or something.
Oh god.
But it's like I was like really starting to get concerned because what if it was like a cancer related kind of thing? And I called up my parents about it. They said, why the fuck would you get rid of a skin tag like that? And I'm starting to panic. And like, I'm like freaking out. I'm telling them the story of what happened and whatnot. And then they're just like, thank God it was only a skin tag. It's not cancerous at all or anything. The sigh of relief that I had was louder than probably the Niagara Falls. But
oh god, yeah.
Yeah, I hate really, really not normal body parts. And you want to know what else is not normal? The Degenerate Season podcast. Welcome to the recording.
Segue.
That was so good. Welcome to the Degenerate Season podcast. My name is Indico. My co-host Sumage. This is our second episode, quote unquote. We're gonna keep saying that until we get back to like our old collection that we had to private, unfortunately. But what's it called? Today is gonna be the episode where we dive into AI art, the quote unquote good, the really nothing but bad about AI art, and some other topics that might be of valuable entertainment to you. Another thing that I think would be entertaining is, you know how I said that Florida earlier was the king of humidity, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it was I don't remember if this was in a voice call on Discord or if this was somewhere else on my stream specifically, but we were comparing humidity rates all across the world. And I think it was it was with it was a call with my editor, I believe.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he is in Croatia, and he currently says that from what I know, that Europe is going through a huge heat wave right now, right?
Yeah, but not here. It's shit here.
It might be shit there, but
everywhere's 30. Here it's like 16 degrees. Are you serious?
16 degrees in Europe, is like what, 64, 65 or something?
Just below room temperature, yeah.
So just below room temperature. So you're living the paradise weather right now. And all the Brits are complaining that they have to sweat. Am I wrong?
Hey, it's just really shit because it's rainy. It's rainy. It's miserable, everywhere else is like 35 degrees. We've had like 1 day of sun in the past 2 weeks.
I'll give you credit though where it's due. Like it's currently like wild weather right now, considering that Florida is going through hurricanes. They're going through random stretches of humidity multiple times a day, I would even say, if that's even possible.
Do you know what's depressing?
What?
Is that it's only gonna get worse.
We're in the middle of hurricane season. We're in the middle of hurricane
Right.
season, and Puerto Rico is experiencing the worst of it. So is Cuba. So is Haiti.
Yeah, the Caribbean is.
They're basically lost
it's
causes
just-
to natural disasters.
Mate, global warming has just fucked us.
Exactly!
It's really bad. It's really, really bad.
So,
But apparently, the UK is like pretty much in a perfect zone to be like not too bad. It's just gonna get very wet over here.
and
We're
very
not gonna
cold
get
in the
any-
winter, I would assume.
I don't even think so. It's just gonna get more mild. We're just gonna get a lot more rain.
No, but how I wanted to relate to it was because I was in a call with my editor, I believe, and he was talking about how Croatia is like really, really humid and stuff. He first said that the humidity of that point of the week in Croatia was around 70% of humidity, which is
pretty high.
already insanely high.
That's
Like,
pretty high.
I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But then I decided, what was my humidity? What was my percentage currently? And then I look at the thing on my, I look at the weather spot on my computer. I see that Florida's going through 76% humidity right now.
76.
And for reference, it's 93 degrees. That's probably about like, I want to say 30, 31.
That's deadly.
In Europe or something. I'm used to it. I've been used to it for the past 22 years.
That is pretty deadly.
And like, so it's 93 now. It feels like 102. Every single time I step out of my house, I'm sweating buckets. It's like
Oh god.
it's the Nile River. If sweat was a thing, but like
Oh yeah.
But then I think my editor said that he might have gotten his humidity wrong. And he checks again. He says it's 82% humidity. And with how they're dealing with the heat wave, it is god awful. Absolutely god awful. So
You just can't really go outside.
you can't. You're gonna fucking die. You're gonna fucking die, basically. But like 38 degrees Celsius, 38 degrees Celsius, with like 82% humidity. What does that feel like? I want to know. I want to know. Oh, that was your conversation, Resh? Oh, I'm sorry. It was Resh. But 82% humidity on 38 degree weather. What does that feel like to you?
I'm not sure. I've been in like maybe 35.
Oh my god.
It's pretty bad. I don't really do much on those days. It's pretty much just lie down and just try cool off.
Dude, speaking of cooling off, I woke up in a sweat today because for reference, I always keep the downstairs of my 6-person house at 71 or 70 degrees.
Yeah.
And if you want to put that in a converter, what is that in European standards? Is that
I can check it, but I'm pretty sure that's room temp.
Yeah, around room temperature. It's 18, 17 degrees, I want to say. Something like that.
70 is 21, so it's
21.
kind of like
Okay.
what we normally see.
Yeah.
In
So
regular, yeah.
the downstairs is cool. It's almost freezing even at 21 degrees, aka 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
But I put it to 71 because I was afraid of busting the AC again. The kind of thing that my other roommates had to deal with. Because their AC on the second floor was broken.
Oh god.
Oh, excuse me. But I woke up in a sweat. I woke up in a fucking sweat.
Oh no.
And I had the fan on and everything. There's another fan that I don't keep on when I'm during stream, when I'm streaming and stuff. And I see my fucking bed is drenched. I put it in the laundry and I took it out real quick and I made it again, but it was a pain to deal with because, like, there's no way in hell that the time that I wake up, in addition with the time or the degrees that it should be, that it should feel like in the house, it's like, there's no way that it can line up the way that it does with the result that it has. And so with that, it's like, I'm currently like shirtless. I'm only wearing underwear for the recording, for this recording. I'm still basically sweating. The thing that's not even helping at all.
Is your AC broken? What the hell?
It was. It got repaired recently. Like literally, my roommate was the person that got the AC guy over, and he repaired it basically almost. I want to say like 2 days or something. They're in relief. I'm in relief for the time being. But like today, I was like sweating and stuff. And I was just trying to think to myself, like, what would be like what would be like the perfect temperature for this to not happen in the summertime? At this point, I'm scared that I have to put it down to like 60 or like 14 degrees
60
Celsius.
60 is way too cold. What on earth? What do you?
You'd think, but it might be perfect actually. But I mean, then again, I haven't tried it. I don't want to try it. But that being said,
it's time to experiment.
Yeah, but right now, as this recording is going on, I don't have any shirt, I don't have any shorts or sweatpants on. I'm literally in my fucking boxes right now. That's how hot it is. And it's like it's like you have to find that right temperature to let your balls hang out in the house if you're alone. And it's like so hard for me to do that because you can never find that perfect middle ground. If you do, it has to be with full clothes.
Well, you just don't walk around the house with your balls hanging out.
I would, but there's 5 other people living with me.
Why would they care? they didn't do the same.
I was raised to necessarily protect my image of my my Sports Illustrated body that I don't want, leaking out here and there.
I see. Yeah.
But it's like, if you do find that perfect ground, it's either, oh my god, it's so hard to explain, but it really is just so fucking bad, where you can never feel comfortable in this house, ever.
Oh god.
Which makes me jealous of you, in a way. And that sucks to admit, because I never want to be jealous of a British person in any capacity.
Oh yeah, let's go. 17-degree weather is superior.
Oh yeah, keep rubbing it in. Keep making me feel like shit, man. Sure, why the hell not?
It's really bad because it's I'm looking at my app now. It's 84% humid. So if you do like any light exercise outside, you're sweating anyway.
Huh? 84?
Yeah.
How are you alive right now?
It's really bad over here. I think it's gonna storm soon.
How are you alive?
I'm alive because it's 17 degrees outside. Come on.
God, I keep forgetting about that part.
What's that, like 60, 64, 63?
17, I want to say, is like 66 at most or something. Yeah. But I would love to go running in that weather. You kidding me? It's bad enough that I have to drive all the way to, UFIT just to get a run on the treadmill, and then I'm already sweating like hell because the air is not cold enough for me to run in there. But it's even worse that I can't run outside because I'm gonna be literally drenched to the bone in the 85 to 90 degree weather at 9 p.m. at night. It's such. Oh my god, I'm getting pissed just thinking about it. I really am.
Just move.
Oh, why didn't I think of that? Oh my god, you're so smart, Sumage. Wow, why didn't I think of that? There's a chance I could move though.
Would you actually? Where would you go?
Like, I think I have talked about it on stream before, but there's a chance I can move to North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
don't know where that is.
North Carolina is. You know what Florida and what shape Florida is, right?
Yeah.
Just think of like 1,000 kilometers north. in a mountainous area.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. My parents are like, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna disclose that. But all I'm saying is that it could happen. It could happen. I don't know when, but it could.
How exciting.
I know, right? Like, I've basically lived the quintessential viewscape that I have, where I've lived in a suburban area. I've lived near the beach, next to the beach actually, at one point in my life.
What a dream.
I've basically lived in the mountains as like a tween when I was, going to summer camp. And I've also lived in the city as well. So, you name it, I've lived there. Probably except Britain.
Over here we have 17-degree weather. We have we have Harry Potter. We have Peaky Blinders.
Basically, the main reason why I wouldn't live in Britain at this point is probably because of PTSD from like an old British ex-girlfriend. But nevertheless, if I ever possibly did, it would have to be downtown London, even if it might be as expensive as it is. Like
central.
Probably near Big Ben.
Near Big Ben. Ooh.
And I've been on Big Ben before. I was in
You went into Big Ben.
I went in. Well, wait.
Oh, you went.
The Big Ben is the tower clock or the Ferris wheel?
Big Ben is the clock.
Okay, I went to the Ferris wheel next to Big Ben.
Yeah. The London Eye.
That's what it's called?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, somewhere around that area. And like the only way that I did that was because I took a flight to, it was either Italy or England, where I boarded a 2-week cruise. And
cruise around Europe.
Yes.
Holy.
And some of the following tourist places that I went to were Barcelona, because they have their own ship port, Rome, Gibraltar.
Gibraltar.
I also went to Paris, because I think France has their own ship port that we traveled to the main downtown area of Paris. I saw the Eiffel Tower.
Oh wow.
And have you seen the Eiffel Tower at all?
Yeah, I think I've been to Paris once. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I was too young to appreciate it, I think. But also, if I went now, I think it's a nice tower.
Okay.
Très bien, and then just piss off to like Disneyland, France.
Wait, you said très bien. What was that French word you said? Très bien?
Très bien.
Très bien?
Très bien.
Oh god, you're teaching me French as a British person. I feel ashamed now.
It's just like, yeah, very, very, very good.
Wait, is trebuchet a French word?
Trebuchet is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what does it mean? Is trebuchet like French for cannon?
I think it means exactly what you think it is. You see a trebuchet.
It's a cannon of some sort, right?
It's the
I know what it looks like.
Thing. It's the catapult thing.
So it's French for catapult.
Oh, maybe. Trebuchet.
I love how he's looking this up.
French to English.
Okay, let me know what you see.
Trebuchet is trebuchet in English. What a surprise.
Pause champ?
No. A trebuchet in French is trebuchet in English.
No. What?
Trebuchet is a separate weapon, but I'm pretty sure it's like a catapult.
How is it not French for catapult?
I wonder what the French for catapult is.
Oh god. If it actually does turn out to be trebuchet, I'm gonna scream.
It's a catapult.
What? No
Catapult versus trebuchet. The main difference between them is the type of... Oh, I don't care about that. What the hell? Yeah, it's the... trebuchet works with a sling, and the catapult does not. It just works...
Wait, does that mean
like
every slingshot ever is a trebuchet?
It's just not... Let's not get into the specifics. Trebuchet is a big catapult slingshot thing.
But in principle, that does sound right.
Way too dank.
Right? Right. Am I wrong or am I
Why
right?
are we going into this rabbit hole? You're most likely wrong, but I don't want to check.
Come on. If we're in this rabbit hole, semantics aren't even an issue at that point.
Oh my god, okay. Slingshot. Trebuchet. A slingshot is a simple weapon, while the trebuchet is a type of catapult that uses a sling to launch projectiles.
So yes, every slingshot is a trebuchet.
No, a slingshot is a simple weapon. Trebuchet is a type of catapult.
Okay, if a slingshot is a simple weapon, then a trebuchet is a complex slingshot. Where is the logic wrong?
The logic there is probably not wrong, but it's also a catapult.
What? So
it's a...
So is a slingshot a mix of the two? Is it a trebuchet and a catapult?
A trebuchet is a mix of a slingshot and a catapult.
Wait.
Trebuchet is a unique weapon.
Okay.
A catapult is a generic term, which includes the group trebuchet. Trebuchet uses a sling, so it must also be a slingshot.
Okay, catapult is basically the base word, right? But
yeah.
And then both of those, slingshot and trebuchet, are both catapults of some kind, right?
Let me check. It is a slingshot. A catapult. Yes, it is. Okay, yeah. Okay. We're getting somewhere.
We're getting somewhere. Okay, so now that we have that baseline, would you say it's correct to assume that a slingshot is a very simple trebuchet and a trebuchet is a very complex slingshot?
No, because I think slingshot uses purely elasticity to fire the projectile, whereas the trebuchet uses some sort of gravity, like a catapult.
Okay, trebuchet also uses elasticity of some kind.
It uses that, but it also uses gravity.
It may use gravity, but so does a slingshot. Like you're
slingshot, you're pulling it.
Yeah, you're if you want to get air with whatever you're firing out of a slingshot, right? you're pulling it like on a downward slope so that you can gain the air time fighting the gravity, right? That's basically the same thing as a trebuchet.
You don't have to pull it on a downward slope. You can pull it horizontal, or you could pull it...
But you get what I'm saying, though. You're fighting the gravity with the air resistance of some sort, right?
You're mainly going against the resistance of the elastic bands.
Yeah, and with that, you're also fighting gravity at the same time.
Yeah, but even a gun does that.
But that okay, you know that's not the same thing. You know damn well it's not the same thing. It's so much harder to aim with a slingshot than it is with a gun. Because with a gun you have iron sights, you basically have stability.
A bow is a slingshot.
Oh my god, why did you have to bring another part to this equation?
I was saying a bow is a trebuchet.
Wait, so okay, you want to bring bows into this, but are we talking like archery bows or crossbows?
We're talking all sides. Everything that uses elasticity to fire a projectile is a slingshot.
Okay, then by that metric, then you could say that a bow is another form of a complex trebuchet.
Well, yeah, I guess we've reached that.
Okay, but God, I can't stop laughing now. Like the fuck. You have your crossbow from, let's say, Call of Duty Zombies, where it like explodes. But you're basically, if you want to put airtime into it, the same as a slingshot, you're pointing the crossbow up at a downward slope, right?
Yeah, right.
So you would be fighting gravity in addition to fighting air resistance, although you're basically the speed and velocity of how the bow travels is out of your hands when it comes to a crossbow. Whereas with a slingshot, it really is just however far you can stretch it back. You're in control of the slingshot. You
can't control a trebuchet either. You can't. I mean, maybe a little.
You can point the direction of the trebuchet, right?
Yeah, you can do that with a bow.
But that's where the similarities of the trebuchet and the bow come into play. You're basically with the trebuchet. However, God, I can't believe this is taking this long of a topic. Basically with the trebuchet, the only things that matter are the direction that you point the trebuchet at and how big of a mass the object in the place you put the object in is, like how heavy it is, right? Whereas with a slingshot, of course it's going to be a minimal object with, however far back you could stretch the elastic. But at this point, I don't even know what I'm even trying to prove anymore. Basically the main bottom line is that the slingshot is basically the main basis of what a trebuchet is supposed to be. Everything all revolves around the slingshot more than anything. That's why I think slingshot is the quintessential perfect weapon. It acts as a gun, it acts as a trebuchet, it acts as a bow. And it can
act as a catapult.
If with the power of video games, it can have more explosive power than a fucking grenade launcher. Who knows?
That's true. It was a sling that took down Goliath.
What? Wait, was it?
Yeah.
Wait,
David used a slingshot.
I thought he used a sword. Wait. Okay.
Nah,
Hold the fuck on real quick. I want to look at this shit myself. What
he used the sling, because if you can get it up to speed, a sling can fire like a rocket, like multiple hundreds of miles an hour.
Wait, what the fuck? What? I literally just typed in, what did David beat Goliath with? And the first thing that says is David defeated Goliath with a sling and a stone.
Yeah.
What the hell? Oh, excuse me. First of all, I'm Jewish, so I had no idea whatsoever that David and Goliath was actually a biblical story. I thought it was like some historical aspect to it. Yeah. Apparently it was like in the book of Samuel or something.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. The first thing that I see.
It's just a well-known story.
I thought so too. Like the first thing I see is in the book of Samuel, 1741, line 52 or something. It says, he is victorious in battle and he will put all of you in our power. Something. He reached into his bag and took out a stone. Like, dog, if that doesn't prove my point, I don't know what will. I really don't.
Samuel really cooked in that episode of the Bible.
One of the greatest writers of all time. The script writing was off the charts in the BC era.
Peak fiction. That is the Attack on Titan of the BC era.
Wait, does that mean...
Wait, it actually is, because they're fighting big guys.
Wait. Hold up. If we're gonna go there, does that mean that the rockets that the scouts used count as slingshots? Answer me this!
Yes. Hell yeah.
Riddle me this, Batman. Oh my god. Okay. That was a hell of a subject that I didn't think we would last that long on. God. But that being said,
what a segue.
What a fucking segue. But I wanted to take the turn of the discussion into a little bit of a darker note, but somewhat like still lighthearted, because if you haven't kept up with recent anime news lately, the author to the Apothecary Diaries was arrested for tax evasion. And I wanted to, and that really got me thinking, what other manga artists were arrested for, you know, non-sexual crimes. Because we know about the Rurouni Kenshin author.
We know about the Act Age author as well.
Yeah, him too. But basically, this list was extremely hard to find. In fact, I could only find one other.
Yeah, I wonder fucking why.
Dog, you'd think that in the whole landscape of Google, you would think there would be more than, you know, just one or two cases of such,
what were you Googling though? Manga
artists that were arrested, period. Nothing more, nothing less. But basically,
that have committed heinous crimes.
But I'm gonna type it in again because I accidentally what's it called? Oh my god, I can't think. I tried looking up this list, and surprisingly enough, because it was so recent, the only person I could find was the Apothecary Diaries author. But I think it said that hold on. Let me type this in real quick. Apothecary Diaries author arrested. I want to read like the synopsis of basically what happened. Basically,
okay.
The author's name was Neko Kurage, aka Erika Ikeda. The author of the manga adaptation of the Apothecary Diaries was indicted by the Fukuoka Regional Taxation Bureau back on February 29th, leap day by the way, on suspicion of not declaring approximately 260 million yen in income and evading about 47 million yen. So, first of all, that's 307 million yen, which is, oh my god, if yen was translated into dollars 1-to-1, I'd blow my, it already blows my mind, but it'd blow my mind even more. But second of all, power to the people that evade the government.
Hell yeah.
I might be left leaning, but I also want
$2 million.
Just about. Yeah, that actually is the amount. $2 million. That being said, like, I'm all for people like trying to evade the government, allegedly, and keeping all the money that they can, because they're trying to live comfortable. I'm trying to live comfortable. I'm all for people living comfortably. But even then, it's like, okay, it's. I forgot where I was going with this. But
if you owe $2 million in taxes, you're still living comfortably.
You are, but at the same time, I want to say that's kind of badass. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because at that point in my head, it's like you're trying to essentially outrun whatever government the country that you're in is like coming after you from, and at that point I'm just thinking more like Rambo. Yeah, because okay, have you ever seen Rambo?
No.
With Sylvester Stallone?
No, I've not.
Basically, the image that comes to mind is like a Vietnam War vet that is like on a rampage with like government forces coming after that man, and he's just like getting everyone. I don't want to say gunning down, but like it basically is what happened. But I can only think of that. But instead of like, you know, using actual guns and you know using actual like weapons of stuff, like she I want to say it's a she because her name is Erika Ikeda.
Yeah.
Like she basically turned herself in, which is, you know, like the thing to do in that case, so you don't want to get like a resisting arrest charge. And she was handed a sentence of, and I think I found this out recently, 11 months in prison, but she got a suspended sentence of 3 years. So that basically means that she won't have to spend any time in jail, assuming that she doesn't commit any crimes for those 3 years. And there was like some other thing attached to it, where it's like probation, I believe. Let me see. The prosecution was trying to get a larger fine of 14 million yen and for the author to spend 10 months behind bars. Because it's a suspended sentence, that means if she behaves for 3 years, she won't spend any time locked up, basically.
Big W.
Big fucking W. We get a peak manga, peak fiction, and then at the same time, she gets to behave like a good person the way the government wants her to. So it's a win-win for everybody, I believe, right?
Win.
Yeah, a win-win, but it's only an L for me because I haven't even seen Apothecary Diaries yet. Which
did you not? Oh.
I have not. That being said,
it's pretty good.
That being said, though, I only glanced over this other one, but there is another article where I think I only looked at it for a good 30 seconds, but it was like really, really funny. This quote-unquote manga artist was arrested for, I think it was renting out an apartment that he owned for orgies and other sex parties. And it was, I don't know how it was outed, but some other details of those sex parties were everyone that came in, he charged $164, aka 20,000 yen per entry. And
that's an exclusive club.
That really is. Okay, have you seen Rick and Morty?
Only a little bit.
Okay, I think it was around the first or second season or so. There was like an episode of Rick and Morty where Rick and Morty were traveling into like dreams, like how Inception was, like back in like 2010 or something.
Yeah.
Where it was like dream after dream after dream, and eventually Rick and Morty run into Scary Terry. And in the middle of those dreams, before they meet Scary Terry, one of those dreams, I think it was the teacher. I forgot his name, but it was the teacher's dream where he was having his own sex party, and it was with a lot of like BDSM stuff, and like there was a lot of pet play. There was a lot of fetishes that I dare not go into that Rick and Morty displayed. Oh my god. And it was just very, very kinky, to say the least. But the difference between that and this quote-unquote manga artist was that it was free. And his was not. And I want to say another detail of the manga artist's parties was that in total he gathered around $40,000. I want to say it was around 2 million yen.
Holy moly.
And so you can tell that this was over the course of, I want to say, several months, maybe longer than a year. And I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of a cool hustle. But
hell yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
And another difference that I want to say separates this guy from all the other authors that were indicted were it was all consensual. What do you know?
You're paying money. Just well, yeah. Drake's in the chat.
Oh god, speaking of Drake, no. Let's not bring Drake back.
Drake's in the chat.
Kendrick! You know, you're so real for that. Oh my god. Before we get back to the manga artist, like, there is another TikTok trend that I've noticed on TikTok a lot recently. And there's this one account. I can't remember the name, but every single video he does, it's always either an AI voice of Kendrick rapping along to Not Like Us in some fashion, or it's just a random noise that is also rapping to Not Like Us, because the Drake diss was just too iconic at this point. You would have literally...
It's too fire.
I'm not even kidding. There was actually, no, the more that I think about it, there was multiple accounts that were doing this. You had actual fire dissing Drake by singing along to the lyrics. You had, I want to say, Hatsune Miku? And you had also car tires, like, rapping along. I'm not even kidding. You anything you could think of. Like, it was used as an AI voice to diss Drake. And you can't come back from that, honestly. Yeah, having a joke go...
It's so Jover.
It's so Jover, chat. I'm telling you right now. I'm not even kidding. But, like, it was, anything you can think of. If you go on TikTok long enough, you're going to hear it. Like, think of the wildest thing that you think could be AI'd into Kendrick's song. Just think of it. Think of it and say it. Think of it.
Gary from SpongeBob.
Hey, Squidward was AI'd into it. Like, it goes levels deep. And then you have the fucking TikTok comments literally saying, like, Squidward, you can't say that! As, like, a whole joke and everything. It was, oh my god. You might think that 2.5 months out of this beef, you might think it would grow old. It has not. Because every other AI voice that is, like, you know, getting AI'd into this kind of trend, it's become so absolutely saturated, but it's still funny. It's still so funny. And I wish I could provide more examples, but I'm kind of too lazy to just switch screens to do so. That being said, but the reason why I wanted to talk about this quote-unquote manga artist is because his claim of being a manga artist is put into question. And the reason why is because he's a self-described publisher where he draws a lot of moe stuff. Like cute stuff, like K-On! Or I want to say Lucky Star or something.
Yeah, okay. I see it.
And
like Bocchi the Rock.
Would you consider Bocchi the Rock moe?
Yeah.
You would. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would too.
Cute girls doing cute things.
I'm sorry. Every time that gets uttered with the Bocchi the Rock franchise, I have to say it. I will never think of Bocchi the Rock as slice of life. I will never, ever,
No,
ever,
it's
ever.
not. It's not, but it's still cute girls doing cute things.
But that might be synonymous with slice of life, but I don't think it should be.
It's not. It's not. You can have cute girls doing cute, like Licorice Recoil.
Oh my god, you're so right about that. I would actually put Licorice Recoil as more of a slice of life than Bocchi the Rock.
Place her in the universe. That's like an adventure one.
Train to the End of the World counts as one as well. At that point.
I'm sure that too. Is that exactly?
Yeah. I in one of my videos I put them as cute girls doing unexplainable things because it's literally just a Madoka Magica like show with the creativity of it too. If only it was done by the same studio, then we'll be fucking talking. But
yeah, well.
But yeah, as we go into more of the AI art discussion, or sorry, did I say art discussion or AI art? No, okay.
We're still discussing about manga artists, aren't we?
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you, fucking hell. But if I can remember that one possible article that if I could just remember it, I want to say that it really was disputed because there wasn't necessarily a manga attached to his name in the slightest, but I can't verify that because he may not have like a name like attached to anything, but it's not like he doesn't have anything either. It was just it was like oh my god, I wanna see if I could find it, but it's gonna bug me if I can't. You know what? Forget it. Forget it. Just basically...
Forget it?
Yeah, understand that his title as a manga artist is put into doubt by official manga magazines and, like, the general public.
Right.
At least of Japan. I have no idea who this guy is.
Like, were they... I guess they weren't making a living off of the manga. They were making a living off of the orgies.
That's a good question. That's actually a really good question. I don't know.
Right? It's payday, guys. It's time to dish out the tickets.
Exactly. Like, I don't know myself, so I can't say, but I want to believe, for absolutely no journalistic reason, that that's the case.
Just to fund his dream.
Exactly.
Being a manga artist.
A quote-unquote manga artist that only draws moe characters. Like the cute shit. Like the cute shit. Like Anya being Anya or something. But speaking of quote-unquote manga artists that are always going to be in quotes if their title is doubted, that was the good segue to get into AI art and whatnot.
AI art is killing creativity, man.
Okay, now can we get some Kendricks in the chat? Because that is one of the takes of all time. God damn it. Okay. So
can I say that's a brave take?
One of the bravest takes I've ever heard. No, but
right, yeah, it was.
There was a Twitter post that I saw where you would assume that it was actually drawn by an actual person, but it was AI. It was a gothic post where the background was gloom. It seemed realistic within the boundaries of what someone would draw. There was an actual face. It's not glossy. It's actual lines drawn from what you would assume is by a real person. It's like if I could paint the picture, it's like very, very dark. It's goth. It's basically what you would expect the inner workings of a 2000s pop punk lead singer. Like or basically My Chemical Romance, but 10 times edgier and angsty in that way. But it's, at first glance, I didn't think it was AI. And that's really, really scary.
Dude, it's really hard to tell these days. Like, it's improved so much.
No, but this picture really, really scared me because this is the most realistic looking drawing that AI has ever put out. Bar none.
And it's only going to get better.
Like, even when people were saying it's AI, I still couldn't tell. And I'm normally really, really good at pointing out which one is AI and which one is not.
Eventually, you just got to accuse everything is AI.
Yeah. And something that regular artists have had to do recently is, like, they've had to put out videos of their process of them drawing on their tablet and just recording everything in, like, a 5x to 6x pace. All just so they don't get, like, labeled as an AI artist. And that's really sad. And they still will. And like,
they still will.
God, chat. I just feel bad. I'm like, and like, if you were to look at this picture, you would probably agree with me that you would not be able to tell what it was. The only way that I could tell, through the help of the other people that were commenting under the post, is through the neck belt, where some of the buttons were misaligned. Like, it's like little details like that you could realistically expect, like, an actual artist to, you know, make a mistake, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even then, it was still hard to tell because it was so tiny. It really was. And it's like everything you would expect to be synonymous with mistakes wasn't there. The eyes were actually realistically drawn by AI. The hair was like basically realistic. Well, not like in a glossy fashion, but like an anime realistic fashion. Yeah. And what else was there? It was fucking hell. Like the dress itself was insanely detailed. And like the rest of the body proportions as well were so humanly drawn. And I don't know, dude. I really don't know. Do you remember when I forgot who made that anime in AI? Was it by like Corrosive Productions or something? Well, it was something with a C, but you know what I'm referencing, right? It was like a reference off Castlevania. It was like vampires.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay, let me see if I could find it on the internet here. Basically, it was called anime that was made by AI and YouTubers. What was it called here? It was, let's see. If I can't find it, Corridor. It was by Corridor. This was last year. Yeah.
Corridor Digital. Yeah.
Yeah, it was made by Corridor, and they put it out on YouTube to an understandably negative reaction. Yeah. And hopefully they've stopped doing that because, my God, it was so bad. That being said...
Dude, that's all, but it starts off bad, but if they kept on doing it, can you imagine what it would have looked like now?
Anyways,
depressing.
Don't remind me. But basically, if you can take that possible progress from back then, which was what, last year, to now, you would probably like you could tell that it's a world of difference, and
yeah.
That makes me really scared for the anime industry as a whole. Like,
I think we're already seeing AI generated frames.
But where though? Where have you seen that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because
I reckon we're seeing some.
No, here's the thing. I don't think we've seen them yet. At least in like a mainstream kind of thing. But what I do remember is the Secret Invasion Marvel show. That intro was AI generated. And the Corridor anime itself was AI generated. What I think they want to do, but I'm not sure if they can, is they want to completely AI generate a whole anime. But they're obviously going to run into a lot of trouble at that point. They're going to try and cost save. But then again, the thing is, Japan has always been like a capitalist society that's always like, leached off the worker culture that they currently have.
Yeah, they're outsourcing animation to Chinese companies. It's really cheap out there.
Something like that.
Anyway.
Something like that. They're also outsourcing to other countries that are willing to work for the companies as well, just so they can find some work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like if they want to do AI generated, that outsourcing becomes like completely unnecessary, and it's just gonna ruin the quality of all anime more than anything. But
or it's gonna make all anime the same, or look the same.
I don't know if look the same is what you're going for.
You won't get as much stylization,
Stylization is probably...
You won't get your ping pong the animation. You won't get your Mob Psychos.
Yeah, basically anything made by Science Saru. Basically no Don-Da-Don, no Don-Da-Don, no Fooly Cooly.
No, Keep Your Hands Off Aizuken.
I love that show so much. Anyways. But I wanted to see if there was like some sort of a debate that there could be like, and I don't know if it's called playing devil's advocate here, but the only positive that I could think for AI is not consumer friendly, and that's for cost-cutting businesses, which I mean everyone knows though. But if you're gonna generate something with AI, it really just more or less only goes in the favor of the business and not the worker.
Pretty much.
But that's where I think Kyoto Animation comes in, believe it or not. They're not infamous. They're famous for unionizing their workers.
Yeah.
And they're paid well. They get actual breaks. if they're crunching, they have conditions where it's not as bad. And like they just get to go home and see their families. It's like a win for everyone involved, especially the managers.
It's like the gold standard.
Exactly. And outside of that, Bethesda Studio just got unionized as well. Props to them. I'm happy for them. But they're not anime. I just wanted to mention that for the sake of unionization. Yeah. Every studio like that should be like unionized because if they want to pump out all the best manga they possibly can, they need to be unionized. And it really surprises me that Mappa Studio has been able to do what they do with absolutely no unionization and basically no benefits other than just like whatever is put on your resume. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can only think of negatives for AI generation because, and I want you to see if you can put any positives to the spin, all for the sake of debate and whatnot. But the negatives that I see are they take away the job prospects of people who are freelancers. Whereas, whereas like I just commissioned a gender bent commission off of someone that already had like a base structure and whatnot, but basically they still did freelance work because they were still drawing some of the parts that I wanted to see of my model onto that base, and that's a good happenstance of freelance work that I would happily pay for, and the like and whatnot. And also the fact that AI generation is so much less satisfactory than if you were to put in the work and the talent for, putting in like, I want to say like, I'm just looking like right up at my wall right now, a whole picture of Violet Evergarden holding like a letter of something. You know what I'm saying? Like the work and talent that it takes to make something like what I'm looking at right now, it is unbelievable. It's like I consider the freelance artists, and this is going to be a really weird comparison, I consider freelance artists of the artist world to be the metal artists of music. Because I've come to, even though I might not listen to metal music at all, they are the epitome of talent. And they have to train their voices and their instrument playing skills to such a degree that it would make even the most famous of pop artists sweat. And they are so underrated with that too. Basically, those are only some of the reasons why I think AI art is bad. Can you possibly think of any good that the AI art does? And then I'll try to counterpoint that.
We get anime quicker.
Yeah, I probably put this topic.
That's literally probably the only bonus. Right.
That might be the case, but I mean, that's just not really like taking into the account of the quality and stuff.
No, but we'll get it faster.
Oh, God.
And eventually the quality will improve to the point where you can't really tell.
I mean, at that point,
I can see it being used like where the main artist storyboard and do the keyframes, but then like everything in between is just the movement frames is just AI generated.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I guess what you could consider a positive is a backhanded negative thing at the same time, where if it does succeed to the level that we're thinking it could go, some of those outsourced people,
it's like where it will go.
Yeah, well, let's just say could for semantics sake. Where it could go, where outsourcing, it's like those people that are going to quit those studios might make their own studios and keep that necessary, culture of, actually putting in the work and the drawing, like making the real quality, where you have like the manga author itself, him or herself or themselves, you have the assistants, and then you have the deadline. And like that already is enough quality to essentially like outrank and out-quality the AI and whatnot. And I really just feel like the more that happens, the more that the people quit that are under the executives of studios like MAPPA, they might make their own studio where like they're gonna be anti-AI, and then let's just hope for the worst, MAPPA fucking destroys itself in that case. Right? That will be the ultimate goal in the end if they do pivot to AI. The thing that I have seen though with the AI discourse, and this is gonna be the last thing that we're gonna be talking about for this episode, is there was a whole debate about how Shika Noko Koshi Tantan was using AI subtitles. And for the sub, I'm not entirely sure when that dropped, but from what I can tell, there's two different versions of Shikanoko, where it was like where it says the day that it's supposed to release, and the version that releases 3 days later. Because the site that I use to watch it on, I watch the version that comes out 3 days later. So I'm not really sure if I'm watching the version with the AI subtitles or not. I don't think I am, because I can connect some words to some sentences. But I have heard that the AI subtitles is like terrible.
It's not even like, is it even AI subtitles? It's probably just Google Translate.
That's the problem. I don't know what program they use for the AI subtitles.
I just don't like. There's probably an AI that's Google translating or putting it all through.
I think what happens though
onto the screen, but I've heard that the quality of the subtitling is like you can notice it a little bit in places.
That might be the case, but
it makes sense.
But it's also at the same time.
But you can kind of get this general sense of what they were saying.
Yeah, but there's also a thing that studios use sometimes called localizers, where I think they go about doing the subtitles with the localizers from whatever region of Japan they're from. Because you know how dialects are different in certain parts of a country, right?
Right.
It's like Japan has that, and apparently it's like a bit of a problem when it comes to translating, certain words, because there's the whole Japanese language, but they're like, and that's like used everywhere in Japan, obviously, and but there's like different dialects that use different words, and the localizers sometimes get scrutinized for it because whoever's watching the subbed version might not be able to connect, in real time which words are being said and stuff. But from what I've heard, people would absolutely choose the localizers over the AI subtitles that we have seen, or Twitter has seen as of late. And I kind of want to like do a little more research into that later on. And then I'll be able to like tell you the results of what I'm able to gather at that point. But I'm in the camp of, for the subtitles at the very, very, very least, that AI subtitles should be a lot easier to manage with or without the localizer's help.
Right.
Than only like localizers doing the thing for the studio, because all subtitles are just text on a screen, and localizers get paid to put those words on a screen. But if it's gonna cause like headaches for people that are going to essentially, you know, be watching the subbed version, I'm not necessarily opposed to those subtitles. The only real thing that I'm really opposed to is just the AI generative art, in a way. Because it could be the best of both worlds if the AI generation of subtitles works out better than the art itself. What do you think?
Well, I guess like using AI to translate text, it's not like you can make the argument that it's getting rid of a job.
But
I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. It sounds like AI is not a good thing.
That's one of the takes of all time, chat. Oh god.
Take. Oh my god.
We have an absolute prophet and a visionary here.
A little bit zoned out, to be honest. A little bit zoned out.
No, I get it. And that's actually where we're going to be ending the episode for today. For the Twitch viewers, thank you for tuning into the stream and going along with the recording and giving your reactions in real time. And thank you for whoever, whatever YouTube viewers made it this far to the end. We appreciate you immensely. Right now, I want to say that, well, obviously AI generative art is bad. But the only problem is that it's in its infancy and we won't be able to tell what's AI anymore. And I want to say 2 years time, but I don't know.
I want to say in like 6 months time.
Call me optimistic for hoping that it never comes to fruition, honestly. But I don't know. Microsoft and Adobe might cause problems, and same with ChatGPT as well. ChatGPT is fucking Sora. Oh, that's the worst. That's the fucking worst right now. OpenAI made Sora, and they're just they're just doing actual like 3D generative AI now. Fucking using the camera angle of a drone and shit to make like just videos of POVs and whatnot. But nevertheless, like I said, thank you for tuning into the episode today. You can find me on twitch.tv/IndicoKuma, and I have a TikTok as well, IndicoKuma. Go follow the rest of my channels as well. It will be down in the description. Sumage, twitch.tv/Sumage_. You can find him.
I'm not live ever.
He's not live ever. You can find
me chatting in places.
Yeah, because why the hell not?
Rayno's chat.
Basically, if I had to give one piece of parting advice, for the love of God, please live in a country where it's low humidity, and you'll thank me later because your balls won't stick to your legs, and you can actually hang out willy-nilly, all things considered. Sumage, do you have any last words for our lovely audience today?
You guys should pay for and respect your artists, because soon they won't be here.
That sounds so morbid. Oh my god. Anyways, we will see you 2 weeks from now. This video will be up on the Saturday or the Sunday. I want to say August 3rd or the 4th.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Should be ready by then. Please, by all means, again, sub to the channel. We're close to getting monetized. We would appreciate any and all support that gets us there. And with that out of the way, we shall say our goodbyes. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye. Don't be like that one quote-unquote manga artist that sells prostitution. Bye.